Hi, I am Robinson Pammy.
Shalom, my name is Catherine.
Shalom, Ani Rivka.
Hi, this is Robinson Pammy. A few days ago, we celebrated Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks. Let's discuss the things the Israelites did on this day and what they weren't allowed to do for the celebration. On Shavuot, they offered to the Lord a grain offering. They had a sacred assembly and were not to do any laborious work. They offered a pleasing aroma to Adonai, a burnt offering, 2 young bulls from the herd, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs that were a year old. With every bull, there was a grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour with oil. With a ram, 2/10 of an ephah, with each lamb 1/10. And then 1 male goat was offered as an atonement for them. They prepared the regular burnt offering with its grain offering and its drink offering, and it was without any defect. Today, we can make offerings to Adonai with our whole lives. How can you be a pleasing aroma to Adonai with your life? See you next week.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Blessed is the name of his glorious kingdom for all eternity. Chag Shavuot Sameach.
Happy Shavuot.
We're going to teach you how to say the word Shavuot in Hebrew. It literally means weeks. This is the Feast of Weeks. So let's learn how to say this word and all the letters. Repeat after me. Shin, Vet, Ayin, Tav. Let's do that again. Shin, Vet, Ayin, Tav. That says Shavuot. So we're going to throw in a bonus word for you this week since it's a holiday.
Holiday bonus.
And we want to teach you the word for fire in Hebrew, and that is Aish. So fire is what was on Mount Sinai when God came down on the mountain. It was also what was floating above the heads of the disciples in the upper room on the day of Shavuot when the Holy Spirit came and filled them. So we're going to teach you fire, which says Aish. So repeat after me. Aleph, Shin.
Short word.
Nice and short. We'll do it one more time just for fun. Aleph, Shin. That says Aish. Hey everyone. Today I'm going to teach you a song called Bo Ruach Elohim, which means come Spirit of God. And since we're celebrating Shavuot, I thought it would be good for us to learn this one. In English it means, come Spirit of God, come and fill our souls. Lead us like children. We invite you to come. Further on it says, blessed is he who comes, the Spirit of God.
This week's Torah Parsha is a special reading for Shavuot, Deuteronomy 15:19 through 16:17, and Numbers 28:26 through 31. We will read from Numbers chapter 28, verse 26 through 31. On the day of first fruits, when you offer to Adonai a new grain offering during the Feast of Weeks, you are to have a sacred assembly. You are to do no laborious work. You are to offer as a pleasing aroma a burnt offering to Adonai, 2 young bulls from the herd, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs a year old. With each bull there is to be a grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, with the ram 2/10, and with each lamb 1/10, plus 1 male goat to make atonement for you. In addition, you are to prepare the regular burnt offering with its grain offering and its drink offering. They are to be without defect.
This week's Haftarah portion is Habakkuk 3:1 through 9. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, as a passionate song. Adonai, I have heard the report about you, and I have come to fear. Adonai, revive your work throughout the years. Throughout the years make it known. In wrath remember compassion. God comes from Timon, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His majesty covers the heavens, and his praise fills the earth. With brilliance like light, rays emanate from his hand. There his power was hidden. Pestilence goes before him, a fiery bolt goes forth at his feet. He stood, and the earth shook. He looked and startled nations. Ancient mountains were shattered. Hills of antiquity sank down. His ways are everlasting. I saw tents of Kishan under calamity. The curtains of the land of Midian are trembling. Adonai, is your wrath against rivers, or your anger at the rivers? Or is your fury with the sea? For you ride on your horses, your chariots of salvation. Your bow is laid bare. Sworn are rods, a decree, Selah. You cleave the land with rivers.
This week's Brit Chadashah reading comes from the book of Acts, chapter 2, and we will be reading from verses 1 through 8. When the day of Shavuot had come, they were all together in one place. Suddenly, there came from heaven a sound like a mighty rushing wind, and it filled the whole house where they were sitting. And tongues like fire, spreading out, appeared to them and settled on each one of them. They were all filled with the Ruach HaKodesh and began to speak in other tongues as the Ruach enabled them to speak out. Now, Jewish people were staying in Jerusalem, devout men from every nation under heaven. And when this sound came, the crowd gathered. They were bewildered, because each was hearing them speaking in his own language. And they were amazed and astonished, saying, "All these who are speaking, aren't they Galileans? How is it that we each hear our own birth language?"
Here's something to think about. What are some vessels that you use in your house? We were individually created by God for His purposes. Discuss this. What is God's purpose for your life? If we are vessels, what are we to be filled with? The Ruach HaKodesh indwells us. What does this mean? How do we stay sensitive to the Ruach HaKodesh? Who we are is largely dependent upon what we do. We walk in His way and stay sensitive to the Ruach HaKodesh within us.
I'm Carlene. And I'm Lydia. And we're going to be doing the memory verse. Again, Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and to his sons, saying, That you are to bless Bnei Israel by saying to them, Adonai bless you and keep you. Adonai make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. Adonai turn his face toward you and grant you shalom. In this way, they are to place my name over Bnei Israel, and so I will bless them. Bamidbar 6:22-27.
Okay.
Bye!
This week we're going to learn Shehechianu. This prayer is sung or repeated during the holy days. I hope you enjoy it. Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'ekianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has granted us life, sustained us, and brought us to this season. Amen. Hi guys, glad to see you again, and we have my favorite puppet again, Squeaker. She decided she wanted to have some time with you guys too, right Squeakers? I hope you're having a great Shavuot or Pentecost. It's one of my favorite times that we celebrate. And I would like to pray with you guys, and I just want to ask God to be with you and let you feel His Holy Spirit at this time, and just let Him engulf your lives in everything that you do and everything you say. Abba, we ask you right now, bless our children. At this special time of Shavuot Pentecost, when you came down and filled the upper room with your Holy Spirit, your Ruach. And we are so thankful for this, Abba. And we thank you that your Holy Spirit exists today, that you're in us and around us and everything that we do and say. And Lord, we ask you to bless our children. Let them hear your voice and let them acknowledge your voice. And that anything that comes out of their mouth, it would only be of you. And Lord, we just thank you and praise you, Lord. And we're just so thankful that you're in our lives every day and among your people. And we thank you and we praise you. In Yeshua's name, amen.